So, hello students, we are studying about the periodic trends, right? Trend of periodic property in elements. Which type of trend periodic elements follow? That is our final table, that is our periodic table of elements, long form periodic table after Mendeleev periodic table. So, this table is based on which principle? It is these elements are categorized by the electronic configuration. So, most important thing is that chemical property depends upon electron. Chemical properties depend upon electron. So, if two or more than two elements have similar kind of or electronic structure, or you can say that same number of valence electron in outermost orbit, then these elements come under a single group. So, in case of periodic table, we can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and total 18 groups. These columns are called groups. So, there are 18 groups in periodic table, right? Now, these are called periods. So, how many periods are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 periods are there. These two groups are in that period, right? So, basically there are 7 periods only. These are separated, that is our lanthanide series and actinide series. Why these are separated, we will discuss it later. Okay. Now, so this periodic table is this particular periodic table is divided into 4 blocks. First one is S block. These two groups are S block, right? S block elements. These are S block elements. So, that is S1, that is S2. Alkali metal group, that is called alkali metal, and that is alkaline earth metal. So, first group is called alkali group, second one is called alkaline earth metal. Okay. Now, that is our 13 group. These are P blocks. After P, why there are there is 2 P block, S block? Because S can have maximum 2 electrons in its orbit, right? Maximum 2 electrons. That's why it is, that's why there are 2 groups. P can contain D, that is D block element, or we can say transition metals. D block elements are also called heavy metals, right? So, D block, D subcell can have maximum 10 electrons in it. So, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, there are 10 groups for D block element. Okay. First 2 groups are completely metals, and these are completely heavy metals. Here, that is our P block. So, P can contain maximum how much electron? P subcell can have maximum 6 electrons, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups are there for P block. That is our boron family, carbon family, nitrogen family, oxygen family, fluorine, that is halogens, and these are noble gases. So, P block element contain metals, non-metals and metalloid also. For example, these are silicon, germanium, tin. These are silicon, germaniums are metalloids, carbon is metal, non-metal, silicon, germanium metalloid, and tin, lead is metal. So, non-metal, metal and metalloid, all type of categories come under these P block element, right? Last one is our inert gas. Last one is our inert gas. Why it is called inert gas or noble gas? Because outermost orbit of these electrons are completely filled. So they are stable. They are not going to react with each other easily. Right? So these are our 18 groups and 7 periods of periodic table. Now let us understand some trend in it, which type of trend it follows. First thing is, why lithium is in first group? Because in case of lithium, there is only one electron in its outermost orbit, so it is in first group. This calcium, magnesium, they have 2 electrons in outermost orbit, so they are in same group. So if elements have similar kind of or similar number of electron in outermost orbit, they are in same group. It means if similar valency is same, then chemical properties should be same. Okay. So as we are moving down the group, atomic radius increases. Why atomic radius increases? Because number of cell increases. So atoms will be bigger and bigger. So as we move down the group, atomic radius increases. As we move from left to right in period, from here to there, atomic radius decreases. Right? Atomic radius decreases periodically, but increases in a group. Okay. Second thing is about electropositivity, or you can say metallic behavior. So here you can say that carbon is a non-metal, silicon is metalloid, germanium is metalloid, tin is metal. It means as we are moving down the group, first we get non-metals, after that metalloids, after that metal. It means metallic property increases down the group. Periodically, these are metals, after that metalloid, non-metal. It means non-metallic property increases periodically. Non-metallic property increases, or you can say metallic property decreases periodically. Right? So what about reactivity? Actually, reactivity depends upon valence electron. In first group, valence electron is 1, valence electron 2. For this, valence electron is 3, 4, again 3, 2, 1, 0. So if valence electron is 1, it is more reactive. Valence electron is 2, so 2 is less reactive than 1. Okay. So these are some properties like electropositivity. And what about electronegativity? What is electronegativity? So electronegativity is a property of any element to attract electron, right? To attract electron. And this electronegativity is inversely proportional to atomic size. If atomic size increases, electronegativity decreases. Or you can say, if electropositivity increases, electronegativity decreases. And electropositivity is what? Electropositivity is simple metallic property. So as we move down the group, metallic property increases. It means electropositivity increases, so electronegativity will decrease. As we move down the group, electronegativity decreases and electropositivity increases. Right? Next is electron ionization enthalpy. Okay? Ionization enthalpy means what? Ionization enthalpy is that property of any element or any gaseous atom to lose most loosely electron into. To lose most loosely electron is ionization enthalpy. How much energy is required to lose most loosely bounded electrons? So, as we move down the group, atomic radii increases. So, force of attraction between central atom, that proton and outermost electron, the force of attraction between these two decreases as we move down the group. So, as we move down the group, ionization enthalpy decreases. First, so lithium needs more ionization enthalpy in comparison to sodium, right? Okay. Now, so you can, so most, what about these transition metals? Transition metals are, transition metals have variable oxidation state. Its oxidation state lies between 2 to 7. Between 2 to manganese have maximum oxidation state, 7 oxidation state, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, right? So, they have variable oxidation state. Due to these variable oxidation state, they are used as catalyst. They are used as catalyst, and they are also used in making alloy. They are also used in making alloy. What is the use of making alloy? We make alloy. Why we make alloy of any metal? We make alloy of any metal to enhance its one of its property, like to enhance its strength, right? Okay, thanks for today. Tomorrow we will discuss about ionization enthalpy in detail. First ionization enthalpy, second ionization enthalpy, which ionization enthalpy is more, why ionization enthalpy is always positive, why it is always positive, what is the trend of ionization enthalpy in periodic table. Thanks for today.